Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in on a Sunday evening. And this is probably one of those webinars where we have gotten a lot of registrants in terms of registering for the show, registering for the session, because it has got to do with Bitcoin. So before we get right into what we want to say about Bitcoin, a little brief on what we do as a company. Client First has been at it for the past 7 years, since 2015. And one of the things as a culture we have is that we don't just go through life, we grow through life. And if you see our growth, it's been exponential, to say the least. We started off as brokers, insurance brokers, and then we transitioned to advisors, third party products, and so on and so forth. And as of today, we ourselves have become asset managers, fund managers, roughly managing about $30 million across multiple strategies. And the person who's at the helm of the ship, Bhuvan Gupta, I'm sure many of you know him. I think we have a new audience in terms of his old batchmates, classmates. So in the last 7 years, he's turned into an entrepreneur. He's founded this company right from scratch. And he himself is an investor. We would like to call ourselves investors more than anything else. And since his MBA days from SPJN Institute, he's been a veteran banker in one of the major banks in Dubai for the past 10 years. And in the last 7 years, he's founded Client First. So that's it about ourselves. Without any further ado, I'd like to call on Bhuvan to continue with the session. Bhuvan, over to you.
Thank you, Lloyd, for the wonderful introduction. Friends, let's keep this very interactive. I'm sure some of you have the cryptocurrency experience. So first of all, let's understand what is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is basically a financial invention, you can call it. And I love Bitcoin for two reasons: that it is, first of all, fast. So let's say if I have to transfer you money, it's very fast. The second thing is it is very cost effective. So like for example, if you use the money, if you let's say use the money for using the transaction of, let's say for example, the Visa or MasterCard, you pay 3% or 1.5%, or the merchant pays on your behalf. Indirectly, we paid. Where in the cryptocurrency, it's promising you to uh, pay a very less fees. So it is definitely somewhere trying to become a currency. Now, why it will not become a currency, and why it is not really the way we look at it. And we'll talk about the people who are the big investors who, let's say for example, who have whatever they have spoken about the cryptocurrency and the Bitcoin. So all we basically are going to cover is that what people have talked about it. That's one. How my journey has unfolded, because as a stock investor, many people have pushed me, forced me to invest in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in our portfolio, which we just been telling them that I'm learning about it. And my interaction with a lot of people who have come to me. So I'll keep it to my experience more, because I'm sure you all can search through the internet and figure out what is Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. Today, a lot of people are losing on Bitcoin. I will not say it's a complete scam, because who knows what's happening. One thing for sure, we all know that you don't know what is Bitcoin. We don't know what is cryptocurrency. All we know is that it helps, what it can do. Now, it is certainly not a currency, because something to become a currency, it has to be stable. So by the time, let's say, I eat my food, and one minute, the time I eat my food, and I am on the table, I am telling this waiter to basically pay the bill. What I can come to know that my Bitcoin has now fallen 20%. So it cannot become a currency. Currency has a very good mechanism of being stable. Today, look at dollar. It has got printed so much. Not only in this last crisis, it has been printed in the in 2008. But dollar doesn't devalue. The only thing we need to understand, and I'm sure many of us have dollar as a primary currency, dollar doesn't get devalued. Now, how they protect it, how they keep the value, that's not important in the session. The important is that, can we say the same thing about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency? Probably not. And since we cannot say about that, it cannot be treated as a currency. And if it's a currency, it cannot go up or it cannot go down. So then you can't make money. So if you are thinking it's a currency, then we cannot make money. Because dollar, by keeping money in dollar, I would have made 4%, 5%. Let's say I compare it with Indian currency or Australia or any developing nation except China, because China is appreciated. So what I will find is that I cannot make money. I might not lose some money because dollar is a natural hedge against the developing economy, but I cannot make money. So Bitcoin, if it's a currency, I can't make money. And it is not a currency because it is not stable. So since it is not stable and no government would like to leave control, government always like to have a control for all practical purpose, whether some people like it or not like it. But let's understand that we all need a government, and whatever means they basically come into the power, we all are responsible. If the government is not good, it is our responsibility. A lot of us are not voting. A lot of us really don't want to join politics because of XYZ reason. But let's understand the alternative cannot be a cryptic way of trading in the currency or sending the money. So first of all, Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies cannot be currencies. That itself is a wrong interpretation or a wrong way of thinking. Now coming to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency being banned, if you look at China, China government definitely takes a good decision. The way they take it is a issue because they took it very abruptly. So if you see Alibaba, whatever happened, this could have been done little smooth manner. But anyways, the point is China is very smart. Why I'm calling China smart? Because China is one of the only currency in the world which is appreciated against dollar in the last 10 years. That's one. China has also beaten the track record in terms of the global GDP, and China is now outpacing US dollar in the GDP. So let's not undermine China here. China is very smart when the trades are concerned. Even a lot of Indian festivals when we celebrate, whether it is firecrackers or whether it is the idol which we would like to have, China is manufacturing all that. So with due regards, I understand that emotions do not favor China, but China, whatever China model is, there is something to learn for all of us. Now, let's come back to Bitcoin as an asset. Now, cryptocurrency is an asset. Now, what is the quality of an asset? And we will see what Warren Buffett said. So, let's say I own this company called Client First Capital and I have no intention to sell it. Can I still make money? I can, because I'll get a dividend if the company is doing great and the assets generate good profits. As a shareholder, I can get dividend. But in cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, you cannot get the dividend. So you have to depend on somebody to buy it from you. And if it doesn't buy from you, your value might just go down or something else. So there's a famous joke. One investor called somebody and said that buy the, let's say for example, XYZ company share for me. So he bought the 100 shares for him. And then he informed him after a week that the $100 share has now become 150. He said, great, buy 100 shares more for me. And now after a week he says, Jeff, the shares have increased to $200. Very nice, buy 100 more for me. Like that he keeps buying, and after the share reaches $400, he tells Jeff, go ahead and sell all the shares. And Jeff says, to whom? And that's exactly is happening in Bitcoin, that to sell to whom. And a volatility is very high. Now we don't know what is being hidden under the carpet, but certainly my experience says something which I want to share with you. So anyways, Bitcoin is based on a blockchain technology. People who understand IT, blockchain technology is very secure manner of transferring information. Like, I'll give you a very simple example. In the share market, when you sell a share, it takes T plus 2 days to get your shares in your wallet or in your demat. Now, if I use blockchain, it could be faster and it could be more encrypted. So my shares, when I sell today, it might be given to my account today itself. I don't know how many of you know this, but if you have a cash account with a broker and you sell your share, you cannot get the money next day in your bank account. The money will hit you T plus 2. This used to be T plus 15 in those days. Share used to come back to you at T plus 15. That was the liquidity. Now to reduce this liquidity time, I can use blockchain, and I can get my money faster. Rohit, you would like to talk about blockchain, if at all you have any good knowledge about it?
No, I guess please go ahead.
Okay, no problem. So I'll just give a small blocks, and they have a chain. Very simple way I'm going to do it. I'm not going to use the IT terminology for this. Now let's understand how mafia works. There is a famous serial in Netflix which is coming right now. It's called She, and I'm sure we all know these mafia dons. They also have a great network. Even the Hawala network is great. Money laundering network is very, very good. Now in the money laundering network, or in the gangster network, when I have been given task by somebody, my job is to hand over it to somebody else. I don't know after that. I get my money paid. The other person is now going to give that block to somebody else. And like that, the whole mafia network works. So you never reach the end user, or you never reach the mafia kingpin, because nobody knows who's the person, ultimate person behind this. It's a block, and the block X all knows the Y knows Z knows X. Nobody knows the whole chain, and that's why it's a very cryptic, very secure, but at the same time it can be also misused, and we will see that how it is. So now, before I share my experience with you, let's see what the world's best investors have to talk about this. So this perfect recipe of retirement series, we do it every month. Our major idea here is to educate the masses. No part of this presentation is a sell or a buy recommendation to anything. We don't endorse Bitcoin, we don't denounce Bitcoin. All we say that we are not going to invest in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. And to our investors, we just want to tell them, last time we want to talk about Bitcoin, because I don't think so it is making any sense for our investors to invest in it. So just now we spoke to some of our friends, and they all have, and I think they said 1% or 2% of their net worth they have invested, and it is down now. And I'm sure they're hoping that it'll go back. But if I ask them that how it works, what it is exactly, and that answer I will not get, because I have been asking that answer question for last 3 years. And we will share my experience in a short while of time. Now let's understand, is it a scam? It could be a scam or not. So I don't know how many of you know this. Howard Mark. Howard Mark is a renowned investor. He's only one of the investor who did not suffer in the China's Evergrande crisis. You should read about him. Warren Buffett also respects him a lot. He has written various books. He handles 900 people, but he has, in a way, delegated the whole thing, that he spends maximum of his time in reading the books. So Howard Mark is a great gentleman who invested in China, and it's a distress fund where he invested in China against the land, and he is the man who got the whole land. Look at what happened in 2000. There was something called dot-com bubble bust. I'm sure many of us know it. They make website and they launch it. It's a two-pager website, and people just go and fund the website through IPO or something. And the valuations went extraordinary high. Then what happened in 2008? We have the CDOs and CLOs. CDO and CLOs are nothing but they are subprime mortgages. I don't know how many of you know subprime mortgages. Subprime mortgage means I am, as a bank, giving mortgage to people who do not have a formal income, and I give them that loan. They might be paying me one EMI or two EMI. Then this whole mortgage are getting packaged, and this whole is being sold by a bank to third party. That third party is selling it to the investors who would like to have a guaranteed return of 10, 15, or the returns backed by the subprime. And in a way, when you look at the credit worthiness of the particular package,
हाँ
it seems that it is very high
क्या बोले
quality. So that is
के लिए
also
वेट कर रहा हूँ
session. Now that was 2008. So 2008 again was a very good time that we saw that the whole crisis unfold, and there was a major problem. People lost their job. I just got into a job in 2008, and I remember people from JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley was applying for a small bank. I have worked in the local bank in Dubai. Now 2022, again we have this Bitcoin happening, and again people are saying that there will be a crash, there will be a massive crash. And before the crash really can come, we have seen that Bitcoin has already crashed, or the cryptocurrencies already crashed. I don't know whether you know about a currency called Luna. So Luna अपनी पट्टी से उतर चुकी है already. Luna is a cryptocurrency and it is also got what do you call unlisted or something. It is completely wiped out. So what is the similarity between the 2008, 2000 and 2020, or let's say what is the similarity between all these crashes? So there's a very good thing that don't read the forecast, read the history. If you want to become a good investor, a good person in life, read the history. History does not repeat itself, but it echoes, it rhymes. Now let's read what Howard Marks has to say. So here he is basically clearly saying that Bitcoin satisfies some of the characteristics of the bull market beneficiary. So Bitcoin is there for last 14 years, but people are only conscious about 5 years. I'm sure some of here who have joined, they would have not invested more than 5 years. And it has a dramatic rise because in bull market, anything and everything goes up. Like Rivian stock, I'm sure we all know that got listed at $120 billion and how it got crashed like anything. So because it has not even produced a single car. Same is happened with Nikola. So Bitcoin is a big beneficiary of the bull market. The CDO, CLOs were, and the dot com as well. So what it says, what Harvard Mark has to say is that every crisis is followed by is basically is only happening when you have a cheap liquidity and you have an invention which is promising to change your life. Now, how many of you us know that there is a big lottery business happening in the US? And let me ask this question to the audience, and you can unmute it yourself. Who buys lottery the most? The richer, the middle class, or the poorer?
Poorer.
Poorer.
Thank you.
Poorer and middle
So,
class.
thank you. So poor people buy the lottery, and a person who gets $1,000, €1,000 as an income, he spends $100 in a lottery ticket. What is the psychology behind it? The psychology is that once he buys the lottery ticket, any one of us, for example, when we buy a $1 million lottery ticket and we come home, we are so happy that there is a chance that we can become a millionaire or we can become rich, and that is the only time he can compare himself with a millionaire, and he keeps buying it, buying it, buying it, and buying it, and that's how the whole lottery business in the world flourishes. Cryptocurrency has promised a similar thing, and when people realize that they got late in Bitcoin, they started buying Luna, Terra, and I don't know what not, because Bitcoin is very costly. And I remember this discussion. Now I'm telling you the real life experience. So I met this gentleman who is a roughly 70, 60, $70 million rich, but people have all sort of things. So he and his friend met for dinner and they said, let's invest in cryptocurrency. And just because $100,000 is very small for them, they get into. And what happened is that the money went down, and then they said, yeah, come on, let's buy this Luna currency. And Luna, you know how much we can buy? We can buy 50 million or 5 million Luna currency because the value was 0.000 something. And they had these, even those people who have a 70, $80 million net worth, since they're meeting for lunch or dinner and they have nothing else to discuss, because people want to discuss something. And if we can't discuss religion, if we cannot discuss, let's something else, so they always say cricket, cinema are the religion in India. Similarly, when your faith and my faith are different and I cannot discuss this, something I have to discuss. So gambling is the oldest business in the world. There's a company called Evolution Gaming. The CFO, the CTO, sorry, is giving a speech, and this is a very good company because it is growing at 50%. And the competition with the MJ Resorts, MJ Resorts in the world is the biggest place to have casino. Now this company is legitimately with lot of rules, and the legality from Malta is basically helping the casino provider with an online setup where the girls and the boys, or you call them, I think, what do you call a dealer? The dealers are there, and you can online play the Russian roulette and blackjack and the games. So the CTO is saying that the biggest gambling in the world is the cryptocurrency. So that's what the company which is growing at 50% legitimately through casino business to the casino provider has to talk about the Bitcoin. So similarly, Howard Marks is saying that we should have understood that cryptocurrency or Bitcoin and our psychology is promising us that it will change our future for good. It will make us money faster. Why do we invest in IPO? Have we ever figured out why do we have to invest in IPO? Have you ever figured out why do we buy off-plan properties? When you have a dream in your hand, you don't even have a small construction on the floor, and we are just so happy. And you know what, the things are very crazy in the UAE. I don't know about Australia there, but I'm sure Australia is also very famous for the property market. People are buying Dubai properties, being queued up from the morning 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. and their brokers are helping them with that, and they're coming all the way from Abu Dhabi, and it's as per the Khalij Time news. I'm not again saying anything different. And he comes all the way. He calls him that I got the token. Come. This guy came in from all the way from Abu Dhabi, and he buys the property, and he's so happy. But the question is, where is the property? Because he paid 20%. The broker got 5%, which is roughly 25% brokerage on the amount this guy has paid. 4 years of uncertainty in the future, and this guy is very happy. And the ready properties in the UAE are available in plenty, including mine, and nobody is even coming and seeing this property. So I told my landlord that you should sell this property because this property is now not going to appreciate the way the property prices have already appreciated. They are at the peak. Not a single person has come to see my property in the last 6 or 7 months. So ultimately, the people of, I'm talking about us, we want to make money quickly. We don't understand what harm the leverage can bring in, and that's why we want to get scammed. Somebody is selling us something for his own advantage, and we don't understand that. So IPO, the off-plan property, and the cryptocurrency, I will tell you that they are in the same category unless you know your game. And I don't know whether you know your game or not, but I tried a lot and I don't understand that how do I value cryptocurrency. So even if I want to invest, how do I value? Now Elon Musk, I'm sure a lot of us know this. The Elon Musk he has been supporting cryptocurrency or especially Dogecoin, and let's hear from him. He has come on a show and he spoke about it's a kind of a meme. You can see it, and how many of you are aware or not? 2 days back, he has been asking, I think, Doha about the cryptocurrency and all. So I'll talk about this once we finish this video. Please watch it with me. Elon Musk for $250 billion worth of losses they have got because he has supported it. Elon Musk has come out openly and said that why he has supported Dogecoin, and he said very small part of Tesla is where he has invested, but they have stopped taking the money. I can also tell you one thing very frankly, that I totally understand myself. At least I am not smarter than Elon Musk. I am definitely not a visionary like Jeff Bezos, and my discipline is definitely not better than Warren Buffett. When three of them are telling that either not using the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, why should not waste my time to this? But anyways, since a lot of people ask me these questions, and a lot of us actually want to gamble, so gambling is not allowed in any religion. But the history is telling all of us that we all, whether it is kings or whether it is the sheikhs or it is the what do you call, the president of the countries, they all have gambled, and once they gamble they have to have big losses in their life. So this is a part of gambling which Elon Musk is telling us. Now let me tell you one of my experience. So I'm in the business. Let me tell you, a lot of people call me to get the client, and God has been kind that we have learned the art of gaining trust of clients. We made them money, and we do a very simple work of investing in the great quality stocks, and we charge people on the mainly performance fee. So we have who's who of the UAE as and the other part of Dubai or the world who are basically invested with us. We're still very small. So suddenly a friend, when he calls me after 6 7 years, I realize that this guy is calling me for some purpose, and that's absolutely fine. There is no harm in calling that. So one of my old colleague in my last bank, he called me one day and said that how are you and everything. I said, I'm fine. And how are you doing? He said, fine. And then he started telling me that I have joined this one of the exchange of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. And 30, 40 clients have been there now. And they have made 30-35% return. I think he talked about yearly or monthly. I don't remember. But they're very happy. So I stopped him. I interrupted him and said, you called me for business, right? And he got very angry and upset with me. I said, look, I'm asking you very genuinely. You've called me for business, right? And there's no harm. And then I said that, look, you are calling me after 6 years. I am doing the same business for last 7 years. So who should offer whom the prospects? You should come and first know my business, right? And anyways, that is also not important. You have been into some other business for last 6 years. What happened to that? You're not even telling me about that. What message I'm gonna give to the audience here is that please understand who are the people who are involved in this cryptocurrency business. And this is one person who could not succeed in the bank probably, and he is now saying that, and then again in the business, and now in the cryptocurrency suddenly he got his charm. So that is something is very alarming sign. Who is coming and promoting cryptocurrency to you? Another gentleman in I met, he is not ready to take a license. He is not ready to set up his shop. He is coming to me saying, if you have any person for cryptocurrency, just tell me. I said, why the hell I should tell you? And then there are these clients who are ultra wealthy. They are telling me, Bhuvan, do you have anybody for cryptocurrency? And I have got at least 10 requests in the last 2 years. And I have not been giving even one number to the other person. Because it's very clear, we want to make 2, 3, 4% out of this introduction, which we are not interested in. And what will happen is the guy will lose the money, or the person, the investor will lose the money, and the onus will definitely come on us. So the reason to do this session is also very clear that we want to make sure that wrong things should not cross our table. So this is one interaction where I told you about this thing. Now there is a friend of mine, ex-friend of mine, who was an AGM of a hotel here, and this is about roughly 3 years back when before COVID. So I regularly meet him. He was also a client, and one fine day he told me, Bhuvan, I'm very busy. There is a function happening for cryptocurrency in our hotel, and this person is spending $1,200 for each and every participant for 2 days of event, for dinner and lunch and all. And he says this guy is from Delhi, and he is clad all gold. Yeah, full body is, he's wearing gold jewelry, etc. I said fine. And that time I was not too much keen to understand what is this guy is doing, etc. But I was thinking that from a guy from Delhi is coming all the way to Dubai, doing this session for the cryptocurrency event where he's paying 5,000 dirham or $1,207 $7 per person, and he's all gold cladded. So we were involved with Motilal Oswal ji. I don't know how many of you know. Motilal Oswal is a big firm out of India, and we are also we still their franchisee. We went there. Motilal Oswal ji doesn't pay us. In fact, somehow they make sure that we pay our expenses. He's that kind of businessman, and he is worth roughly 5,000 crores. Company market cap is very decent businessman, 30 years, and I understand that everywhere, because as a businessman, I understand that if I am overspending the money on the unnecessary things, I might make money, but I will be cheating, or let's say I will be scamming people, which no way in the dreams also we can do it. So why this person all the way is wearing gold and spending so much money? Anyways, I left it there. Now, 20 days ago, one of my relatives come from a very prominent city in India, and he told me that we have come with our friend. He's our friend. He runs this cryptocurrency business, and he has got 290 people in Dubai for celebration. I said, what celebration? Well, he runs a cryptocurrency business, and these people have achieved the target. I said, okay, target, very nice. So what is happening? So they're celebrating on the yacht. You also come. I said, no, I don't want to go, but I wanted to know what it's all about. And that what's happening today. So he said, in the party, he will launch a new cryptocurrency. Very good. People are so smart now, they are launching a new cryptocurrency. Very nice. So what is cryptocurrency? And one Jain fellow was there. And these 4 people are very smart. They have not invested in cryptocurrency. They said, And I will tell you this word, it's MLM. Now, MLM I understood, but I said, let me understand more. What is MLM? Multi-level marketing. Okay. Now, what is multi-level marketing and why, how this is happening? So see, right leg, left leg. So I sell your cryptocurrency X, Y, Z, whatever, and let's say you become my right leg now. I get 10% for whatever I sell it to you. Then I will sell it to somebody else. He'll become my left leg, and I again get a $10 for or 10% for that. And as you go on and on, I will be getting money because you are selling cryptocurrency to people and you're my left and right. It's a pyramid structure. And similarly, the other guy. Now, when everybody is corrupt in this kind of system, everybody gets corrupt because everybody is getting money. Nobody is interested. Everybody is thinking, oh, I bought 2 Bitcoin. And if I can sell to so many people, my Bitcoin expense will come out. So when everybody in the chain is a broker, believe me, I don't know how many of you deal with brokers. 99% of us are unable to think what customers want because all we want is our brokerage. So just to clarify, we're not brokers. Just to clarify, we are not against all the brokers. But please understand that if a person is getting a commission from the product, he might not be able to tell you anything about the product because he's all interested is to sell and get his brokerage from the provider. That's a very important point, and that's a very important experience. I wanted to give it to you. A real life Elon Musk. Now, so I think it's self-explanatory. I don't want to comment on this. Now let's have another views on the crypto. So we have Mark Cuban. He's a long time skeptic of Bitcoin. He's again a big shot. I don't need to introduce him. And a lot of people have compared the Bitcoin with or the cryptocurrency with digital gold, and that's one. And he's saying that it is not a hedge like gold is. And I think now we all can see what's happening. The reliability is definitely shaken, and all the people who are involved are definitely getting somewhere benefited. Now, I wrote an article 3 years, 2.5 years ago about a monkey going to the manager and the owner goes to the village to sell a monkey, and I'm sure you all know the story. And just now, Bill Gates have come in public and said that I believe that cryptocurrency is based on the greater fool theory. Now, what is the story I told? So a manager and the owner go to the village and they want to buy monkeys. And they tell the villagers that we are going to buy a monkey for $100 each. And the villagers catch or they catch the monkeys and give these people monkey and they get paid. And finally, there are no monkeys in the village. So the manager says, now we're going to pay $150 for per monkey. Go and tell all the villagers. So again, there was a guy and he propagandized that now this company will pay $150 per monkey. And villagers put more effort. They go to the next village and they get some monkeys and they give these monkeys to the manager and the owner. Then like that $200, and then they got some more monkeys, and then the monkeys were finished. These people said $300, no monkeys were available. These people again said $400 monkeys and no monkeys were available. And finally, they said, okay, we'll give you $600, but there was no monkey available. So one fine day, the owner says to the manager, I'm going to the city, and just if somebody comes for buying monkey, you take care of it. Here the owner goes to the city. The manager tells the villagers that why don't you buy the each monkey for $500 and I will get you $600. Once the boss comes back, you can sell the same monkey to him for $600. And they all agreed and they bought that monkey back from the manager. And one fine day, the manager also left the first city and they both never came back. And today also the villagers hold the monkey. So Bitcoin has a wallet, and Bitcoin could be that monkey. Who knows? Or cryptocurrency could be that monkey. But now the world's richest man has come on public and said that it is based on the greatest fool theory. So all I'm saying, my friends, that I don't know whether it is a greater fool theory or not. But for one thing for sure, that cryptocurrency is not legal right now in a lot of countries. China has already banned the mining. We'll also understand what's mining, etc. But let's finish Charlie Munger. So Charlie Munger is very, very blunt about it and said, in my life, I try to avoid things that are stupid and evil and make me look bad. And Bitcoin does all three. In the first place, it is stupid because it is still likely to go to zero. He said it's evil because it is undermines the federal system. And third, it makes us look foolish compared to the communist leader in China. He was smart enough to ban Bitcoin in China. So what he is saying is a very, very crystal clear. Now, what Warren Buffett said is he has very harsh word again, and he's saying that basically have no value, no intrinsic value. So I don't know how many of you know Warren Buffett very well. He invests based on the intrinsic value. And intrinsic value is either an asset liability mismatch or the cash flow or the discount cash flow a company can produce. And that is the reason you will not find any gold stock in his portfolio, because gold alone does not do anything. So he will not buy a gold or commodity stock so easily. So he said very simple, you can't do anything with it except sell it to somebody else. And that's what he doesn't like. So he always gives this example that I will never buy a gold, because with all the gold in the world which you can buy, you can create a statue and you can tell the statue that the statue, I want a glass of water. And the statue will not say anything to you, but let's say the statue says, sir, I look beautiful, but I can't give you a glass of water. But if I would have used the same money, I can buy the whole US farmland. And the farmland will produce n number of things, and I can sell that and make money. I don't have to sell the farmland. And that has been a typical example he has been giving. So he said very simple that you cannot do anything but with it except sell it to somebody else. But that the person's got the problem. Whether it goes up or down the next year or 5 or 10 years, I don't know. But the one thing I am pretty sure of, that it doesn't produce anything like gold. He also said that he doesn't own any cryptocurrency and never will. He also said in the 2022 conference when I was there in the Omaha, he said that I have enough problem with what the things I know. I don't want to create problems with things I don't know. So that's one very important thing. He's saying that processes are very important. Investors, and specifically the retail investors, they only look for result. This year, all the fund managers are down. You name them, they are down from roughly 15%. So I think we are down roughly 15 to 18%. People are down from 15% to 50% this year. And this index itself is down 19% right now, the S&P 500. But is it a bad thing to go down if you're following the process? Is it not the nature of the human nature is that we go through ups and downs? And is it not the nature of the market, because market is made of human, it goes up and down? So that's the whole thing, that the process is very important. And if we follow the process, I don't think so we will have any issue in getting the result. So if you follow the process, the result will come. Or I should say, if you practice the process, the result will come. But I don't know why we are so short temper and we are only focusing on result and we don't care how does it come. So when I started the business, a lot of people offered me to do the business in the wrong manner, and I was very clear that if I do it the wrong manner and if I get caught, the whole effort is wasted. So there is no point doing anything, even if it makes me a billionaire. It doesn't make sense, because if you make money the fool's way, you will lose the money the fool way. There are some examples of the people. Rohit, can you read out a chart? So let's say, for example, Mr. Zaho, whose net worth was $65 billion earlier before the crash, now it is $14.9 billion. There are some people who are just vanished. People are not even asking about them. Before I take any question, I think the last thing, this guy has committed a big scam on Wall Street. And now he talks about Bitcoin. And I'm again telling you guys, I'm not in or for the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. Definitely, I don't understand it. And when Naveen is going to ask the question, he invests a lot on the cryptocurrency. I'm going to ask him what is cryptocurrency and take his answer question as well. Now let's hear this, and I think we'll understand. So I think done with my presentation. I think now last point is left is whether Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is ESG compliant or not, because a lot of us are looking for ESG investments. But if you will read about the mining cost of the cryptocurrency, I think now it is surpassed, as per the Morgan Stanley report, it has surpassed the requirement of the Netherlands whole electricity requirement. So even from that perspective, that Bitcoin is not a ESG friendly, or cryptocurrency is not an ESG friendly investment. So friends, I leave it to you on your own thought process. I think all we want to communicate is that we are open to it. We want to understand it. Anything which we understand, we can do it. So Charlie Munger said that, let me know where will I die, and I will never go there. So probably I cannot handle the kind. And one more thing, it is 24x7. So the fun it gives you, it 24x7. Now there are ways you can make money in cryptocurrency by maybe owning the exchange, maybe owning the brokers, maybe dealing with people who are doing mining. And I am no expert of that, but if you're still interested and you think that it is going to make sense and you're well read, I wish you all the best. Now I'll take some questions, and I think Naveen raised the hand. Naveen, please go ahead.
Bhuvan, I just wanted to know, do you know what was CZ's net worth or Sam Fried's net worth prior to, so they've invested in crypto, they've reached a certain point, the macro market has crashed, and so has cryptocurrency along with it, right? Like most assets at this point of time. Do you know what was their net worth prior to starting out?
No, I don't know.
So, CZ used to, I think he worked at McDonald's or Pizza Hut, right? And that's exactly where he was flipping burgers before he became of course, CZ.
Right.
Investments are relative to where you start and where you end up. You might start with $1, end up with $1 billion, and then come down to half a billion, versus you start with $500 million, reach $1 billion, and end back up at $500 million. So the macro market has crashed. Cryptocurrency is no different. It's another asset class where, due to the excessive quantitative easing and the excessive liquidity in the market, asset classes have been have gone out of reach. If you see what I mean, whether it's real estate in Dubai, whether it's real estate worldwide, whether it's equity prices, everything has seen quantum growth in the last 2 to 3 years, including cryptocurrencies. So if you see a correction level, yes, you might be right in saying that, oh, he's gone from 65 billion to 11 billion, versus if he was 65 billion in equity right now, he would be at maybe 45 billion. You see what I mean, right? But it's the same speed, the speed it grew at versus the speed it crashed. So if you look at most equity valuations, they might be down by 40-50%. If you see crypto, they might be down by 80-90%. But if you see the same period of growth, for example, in cryptocurrency prices versus equity prices, you would see that cryptocurrencies, the likes of Bitcoin, went from 3,000 to 69,000, which is 21x or 22x, and have come down, vice versa, right? In equal proportions, I would say. So how do you, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking from a perspective of investor thought process, if you're looking at it as an asset class. The other is, you could, it's a big argument. I'll not get into it. But if you talk to me about cryptocurrency as an asset class, it has, I'm not talking from an investor perspective. I'm talking from, again, it's a complete different asset class.
You not have to, you can't, because the investment has to be legal. It has to be a legal tender. So, Naveen, by the way, I know you are heavily into it, you enjoy it, and you have your own ways of making money in this. All I'm saying is the investment has to be legalized, no? Because you are saying that I have Bitcoin, let's say $1 million I had. That has become, let's say, 10,000 times. And now I've become, let's say, 10,000 multiple, let's say 10, $20 billion worth. Will nobody should know this? You're saying that regulator has no right to know this? When McDonald guy we just talked about, who was actually become a billionaire, he should not be paying tax on his income?
I'm sure CZ pays taxes on his income. Of course he does. His holdings are public knowledge. You can Google it. You will find his holdings.
His holdings public knowledge.
Absolutely.
But what about the people who are holding it, buying cash? And the basic thing is that it is every time it says it is beyond the banking system. It is decentralized.
See, we all know, okay, I will break it down from a very layman perspective, not cryptocurrency, but governments and the way they work. We all know that we live in Dubai. And because we live in Dubai, we don't pay taxes, but we pay indirect taxes. So all in all, whether you are a tax-paying citizen in a tax-paying country or a non-tax-paying country, you pay taxes in indirect ways. The point is that you are a consumer of the government wherever you live.
Yes.
And you're a client of the government. If you're an Indian, you're a client of the government of India. So they expect you to pay taxes on everything. If you invest in a mutual fund, they believe that they are the ones who have created that mutual fund, and they are the ones who have created those companies and the infrastructure and everything that you're making money on. They deserve a portion of it to give you the infrastructure that they provide you, whether it is UAE, whether it is India, whether it is the US. Objective of socialist countries or capitalist countries, either ways, if you are rich, you pay for the poor, right? To balance it out, basically. Now, it's the same concept. And what cryptocurrency does is it's not regulated at this point of time. We all know that the minute a market gets regulated, it gets more stable, but you do not get those quantum returns from an asset class the minute it's regulated. Case in point, Dubai real estate. Case in point, you've seen 2002 to
The
2008.
gold smuggling when Dubai real estate was not RERA. So how many people actually understand the game? So I got cheated away in the property scam in 2008 in Dubai, and obviously I am to blame myself only. But every
Right.
other person, even the taxi guy was a broker, and he was telling you that buy a property, and the property went 10 times in 1 year. So the idea is, see, Naveen bhai, if somebody understands cryptocurrency, go ahead and invest. Who's stopping? But the idea is, I tried a lot, and I'm asking you a question, a very simple question, that tell me what is a cryptocurrency? Elon Musk is not able to explain. So do I need to put my hands everywhere?
No, you don't. No. Nobody's asking you to put your hands anywhere. No.
You wake up till 3 o'clock and you
DYOR.
Huh?
DYOR. Do your own research. Absolutely.
Do you
And,
want research?
you know,
रिसर्च करें क्या? रिसर्च करने के लिए कुछ चाहिए ना? कोई अच्छा
kabhi bhi, you're most welcome to come anytime. I'll give you
आप आप
1,000
ऑडियंस बैठी है ना,
resources.
मैं तो कह रहा हूँ 4 मिनट है, आप
हाँ,
समझा दो हमको कि भाई क्रिप्टो करेंसी को, देखो, एक होती है प्राइवेट की, एक होती है पब्लिक की. प्राइवेट की में की गई तो क्रिप्टो करेंसी गई.
हाँ,
सो एट द एंड
हाँ,
पब्लिक की यूज करनी है. तो इतना
हाँ.
तो हम भी समझते हैं, हम भी ऑल्सो रेड दी आर्टिकल. नाउ माइनिंग कॉस्ट कितनी है बिटकॉइन की?
आप
वेरी
बताओ.
mining cost is, though right now
आप
Bitcoin is roughly 2000 something 3000 to 5000 times of the Bitcoin mining cost, vis-a-vis where the commodities have gone from 0.7x lowest to 2.9x times
सर
of the mining cost.
सर 3,000 की माइनिंग कॉस्ट है. आप एक काम करो, आप एक माइन डाल दो, ठीक है ना. आपकी 3,000 की कॉस्ट है. 6,000 में बिटकॉइन आपसे खरीदा मैंने, जितना बेचना हो. डन हो गई आपकी मेरी डील. अभी आप माइनिंग करो. आप 3,000 आपकी माइनिंग कॉस्ट है ना. आप 3,000 में माइन करो, 6,000 में मुझे दे दो यार.
हाँ
मैं
तो
आपके
आप
सामने धंधा दे रहा हूँ ना आपको.
ठीक है ना, मेरे को
बॉस,
क्या,
मैं वही
everybody
कह रहा हूँ.
I'll give you number.
रिसर्च भुवन भैया, थोड़ा रिसर्च कर लो. Mining costs are close to $11,000 today per Bitcoin. So if you actually are a miner today, you're very close to coming to loss very soon. When it touches, and there is a good chance Bitcoin might see $9,000 to $10,000 again. And if it sees that, similar to gold, you've seen gold below mining cost at some point. You've seen production stop for a while, and then you've seen it pick back up again. It is a well-defined asset class today. Why is it an asset class? What are the reasons? Why is gold an asset class? वही कोई मुझे जिस दिन समझा देगा, उस दिन मैं समझा दूंगा cryptocurrency why is it an asset class. Gold has ornamental value. Gold does not have industrial value, but gold still has value. Similarly, crypto has a lot more value than gold, if you ask me.
हम तो gold में भी
Value.
invested हैं. We also not in gold, invest in gold also.
No, fair. But why is gold an asset class? So being an asset class, a well-defined asset class, definitely, let's not get into why digital currency.
तो गोल्ड का ज्वेलरी यूज तो है ना.
हाँ, गोल्ड का ज्वेलरी यूज है, बिल्कुल.
बहुत बड़ा ज्वेलरी यूज तो कैसे नहीं है गोल्ड एसेट क्लास, उसमें क्या है, तो बहुत स्मॉल बात है. तो मतलब गोल्ड की ऐसी रिक्वायरमेंट है कि मैं अमेरिका गया था, लोग बोलते हैं आप दुबई से गोल्ड लेके क्यों नहीं आए. सो गोल्ड और वुमेन का एक रिलेशनशिप है जो बहुत, इवन नरेंद्र मोदी तोड़ नहीं पाए. ही ट्राइड एक्चुअली. एंड गोल्ड और ऑयल इंपोर्ट बिल से हमारी करेंसी डिप्रिशिएट हुई है. हाँ. एनीवेज, सो देन भाई नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन लेते हैं. हाँ बोलो आप.
प्लीज. नहीं, प्लीज.
So Shekhar, I think Shekhar, you had a question, and Naveen is also here. Is one.
Yes. Bhuvan, thanks for this session, and I have a quick question basically, and maybe it's a very layman question. There are two things. First of all, I think you mentioned something about gambling. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure, but stock market also people used to say it's a legalized gambling. Correct? Don't worry, don't worry. I'm not. I'm with the stock market. Don't worry. I'm not a kind of criticizing, but I'm just giving one more argument to that gambling wala part. That stock market is also legalized gambling. If you do it correct way, you can make money. If you go on the wrong way, then you can lose your wealth as well. Second part is about this. Like you, I also don't understand what is this cryptocurrency or what is blockchain. But what my question is very simple is what I understand is that this Bitcoin is based on a blockchain technology. And you also mentioned about that Netflix series. I'm also currently watching the same series about connecting using use of the blockchain technology. So can I say that Bitcoin is a kind of using a blockchain and creating all this exponential growth and all those things? But do we have anything else that is because I don't see Bitcoin and blockchain as interchangeable. These two are a different thing, right? I think blockchain is a superset.
Bitcoin is an application of the
Correct.
blockchain. Similarly,
Correct.
stock market gambling is one of the wrong application of the stock market
Correct.
investment.
Exactly. To the point.
So now it is like, no, I will not use that word here, but you have cash in your hand. You can do whatever you want with it.
Correct.
Right? Now, nobody stops you. You go to this place called Amsterdam where you're allowed to do whatever you want to do it. Same thing you do here, you're caught.
Correct.
Now, I will not get into this debate that what is wrong, what is right. It's all moral inside you.
Yes.
Now, when you say stock market is gambling, you are telling every billionaire today is a gambler.
No.
So basically, then you need to understand. So what we tell everybody, when you invest in the stock market, first of all, don't invest on your own. I have learned very well that people don't have patience. And Bitcoin has a very good thing that it is showing that you can become richer faster. I am not even saying that Bitcoin is wrong or right. I cannot understand it. It's very simple. Now, Naveen has offered me to go and meet him in a But what I'm trying to say, anything you do without understanding is a gambling.
Gambling. Correct.
The game of the probability is what the stock market is.
Yes.
Today market, everybody is bearish or everybody is basically pessimistic. So things are available at cheap. We never promise and you should never forecast that what you will make in the next 6 months. People still ask us, क्या लगता है भुवन जी? तो हम एक ही बात बोलते हैं, fog तो लगता नहीं है हमको. Now, optimism is a part of life, but we're not foolishly optimism because at least the businesses we own, I can go and check what's happening in their financial balance sheet. Every quarter there is a balance sheet. There are people working behind these companies to achieve something which is making the society better. So obviously Bitcoin has given a good idea to all the government that let's launch your own cryptocurrency, which China has, I think, that, or digital currency we'll call it, because a lot of money goes waste in the paper currency. Now I don't know how that will happen, but definitely gambling is anything and everything when you do not understand a bit of it and you still want to play the game. So if you see in a house of gambling in casino, always the casino win, and people who can win the casino, they have been barred from casino. So if you read these books, you will find that there are some gentlemen who have been barred from casino. They can't go to Las Vegas.
They crack the code basically. Yeah.
So there are people who are smarter than casino, and if you are smarter than the Bitcoin and you can make some money, why not? You should. But I'm only saying, can you? So we believe in something that we are not rocket scientists, and the good thing should be a common knowledge. So stock investing is a very good thing, and it's a common knowledge. Anyone can do it. Warren Buffett said, "I am not having an exceptional intellect. We are highly disciplined people. You don't need extraordinary intelligence to make the money the way we make it.
Simple buy and hold basically. Yeah.
Buy and hold. What you buy, you should know it. For example, Tesla. Now, do you have any idea? Audience is sitting here and let's ask them. Do you have any idea what is the next product of Tesla?
AI bot.
Right. See, the one person answered. Now, if we know it and we can figure out on our own research that how this can change the American household life and what is going to be the pricing point of that robot, I think it is going to be a bigger invention than the car he got on the road. So with that note, I think Yogesh has a question. We'll take it, and then I think we are done with our time. Yogesh, go ahead. I think Yogesh, you are my senior in the college, if I'm not wrong.
Everyone, so first of all, good connecting. I think one thing I want, and this is more of a comment, is so I had very similar opinion as you on Bitcoin, and all other cryptocurrencies in general for a very long time. And then I met this friend of mine who was very big on cryptocurrency, but not from a investment standpoint, but from a technology standpoint. Like he really understood the intricacies of the technology, right? So I think one of the places where, if you want to like study further and form an opinion would be when you think about cryptocurrency, think about like decentralized finance. And one of the examples you gave was from a technology standpoint. If you think about settlement, right, cash settlement, trade settlement, it can really short circuit the time, and it can remove a lot of barriers. Then if you go into smart contracts, like there are more things there. So I always wonder, other than the investment craze, as you think about this from a technology standpoint, and as any technology, there are iterations to technology. You start something, then you fail, then you learn something, then you improve it. So think from that perspective, if the technology has value, and who are the players who are actually working to advance the technology, and maybe those are the players who are worth investing in. Now, I don't have done a lot of research, but based on all my conversations with this gentleman who's a big one, who's a very knowledgeable and has been part of a lot of things. I think that's my takeaway. Although I haven't done research in terms of which companies would survive, right? So a good example would be, we all think about Facebook. Facebook was like a fifth or sixth iteration of social media, right? And they got it right. Similarly, I don't know if Bitcoin will survive or Ethereum will survive, but there will be someone who will use this and make sense out of it and make a business out of it. So something to look into. And if you find something, please share.
Yeah, I will definitely do that, and I totally agree with you. For example, .com was a bust, but the .com was a great invention. So we all are now working through websites, and websites are a common thing. Every company has to have their website. Then the next stage came in that website should be also dynamic. So definitely the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency, people will definitely get into it, and they will make it in a manner that it is very useful. For example, I just gave you one application that stocks, when you sell or buy, it takes T+2 or T+3 days of settlement. So I'm in for the blockchain for a long time. Anything which can, and in fact, I don't know whether you guys have seen or not, Visa, Master, and American Express, they have a huge competition now. By which company? Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. UPI, which is basically RuPay.
Yeah.
Now RuPay is giving a big competitor, and it is only charging, I think, 0.6 or 0.7%, where these companies have made huge money, and the return on capital employed is 40%. So Visa, Master, and American Express are great business. They have made 40% year on their investments. So definitely somebody will come and hit the margin, and that margin might hit through blockchain. So this session was all about cryptocurrency. We do not do session on technology generally. We do session on the people how they invest, and the big people what they are seeing, or people's investment philosophy. But could be a good idea in the future if you would like to tilt towards technology. We can cover this as well. So thanks a lot, Yogesh. It's a great interacting with you, and great interacting with all of you. And it's a very basic session. All I'm trying to tell you is that people who are involved in the cryptocurrency, I didn't get a good feeling out of them. Maybe you have interacted with somebody who has a great technical knowledge, and he's a very learned guy. So please pass on his number if you can, or connect me to him. So I will also verify my knowledge, because always I believe in that the people who are involved, they define that particular domain. So last thing to tell you. So I think 3 months before, one of my clients called me from India and he said, Bitcoin lena hai. I want to take Bitcoin for one of my friend. I said, okay, go ahead. You have an account in Interactive Broker. Go ahead and overtake it. He said, you don't understand. Cash, cash. I said, okay, cash. Now I did not know how to do that. So I tell one of my friend that look for this. Yeah, this person needs Bitcoin. You please handle. Within 1 hour, I know that it is all handled. So he transfer cash to some means. I don't know who that guy is, and these guys have transferred one token to his Binance account. Now, till this is happening, so what Naveen is saying that before it gets regulated, print money. Like the way this McDonald guy made, maybe he was zero, he made 64, then now is 1 or 2 billion. I hope the other investors are not scammed. But then some currencies are already wiped out. So people are scammed. And it is not only happening here, it is happening in IPO, it's happening in the off-plan properties. And we are to be blamed. We need to do our thorough research and be very careful what we are investing in, why. So stock market is definitely not a gamble, but stock market is also, people have to be very careful. So I think I have answered all the queries. I think we call it a session today. I've taken 10 minutes more. Thank you for joining us with us. It's a perfect recipe, this series for retiring rich. Please go through more videos on the website, and clientfirst.capital is our website. We'll see you again next month with new investing thoughts, and with maybe with some dignitary of the investment field who can tell us about the investing. Have a great day. Have a great evening abroad, and be in touch on LinkedIn. Please like us on the YouTube so you can get the video of this session and also get the future videos. Thank you.